Of course, a lot of people rush into relationships. They've been lonely. Things haven't worked for them. They've worked out a way of contentment that suits them and works for them. Now you've come into the mix. And that's okay. They'll make that work. But the family members won't. Because now they're losing their hold and space and supply from this new partner of yours. And this causes all sorts of turmoil, upset, sadness. There's arguments behind the scenes. There's situations where these people are fighting. You're not aware of it, but it's all because of you. One doesn't want you on the scene, just one. And they can't get an army to believe in them or follow them. So they get despondent with the rest of the family members. And of course, now you're dealing with a spoiled adult child. Or maybe 2 or 3. And the manipulation and control that you witness begins to wear you down. And the reason for this is you're not used to it, but now that you're trauma bonded, you've allowed yourself to succumb to abuse, passive aggressive abuse, and verbal, attitudinal abuse that you would never have put up with. And as a matter of fact, people that know you are very surprised that you are. They're surprised that you're tolerating it at all, but you want this new, shiny new toy to work. But the shiny new toy isn't going to go along with all your underlying problems. And it doesn't take long before the family members begin to manifest their disapproval of your happiness. Got one ball in his mouth and one ball ready to go. Let's see what he does. You ready? Go. Yeah, he'll go. A lot of people today aren't just happy with what they've got. More is the word, but whether you get more or not comes down to what the other person's capable of or willing to give. You might be living in a dimension that other people aren't used to. They're fascinated with your strength and determination to do things right and get things across the line. They haven't seen this very often, but they are enjoying what they're seeing. And this is no surprise to you because you've seen it before. Now their hobbies are getting in the way, their religion's getting in the way of what was at first time and space that that person made for you. Concentrate. Hup, hup. Time and space that's now been taken away from you. So you've got the family members complaining about the time being taken away from them by you, and now he or she has got you complaining about the hobbies and the addictions and things that are taking time away from you. And don't worry, these people have got to make time for their addictions. A lot of time. time to get them, time to have them, time to experience them, and time to recover from them. And that's a cycle within itself. Hup, hup. A very vicious cycle. As you join me as I'm training the dog this morning here at Gosford on the Central Coast, New South Wales, Australia. So now you've got this person that's stuck in the middle of complaining family members and a wanton partner who's very flexible and willing to work in with this person despite their life being so far out of order. But they just can't, by nature, they just cannot get it together. They cannot figure out how to be with somebody with boundaries and that's punctual and that's willing to work in a relationship that's going to produce power and peace and prosperity for everyone involved. They just don't know how to do that. And of course now there's a ripple effect and you're starting to whinge and complain. They don't appreciate that, but they're willing to try and cope as best they can with it. And you're not surprised when you start to realize that you're outnumbered by the issues rather than the blessings. Things have become so hostile that you're really not welcome to their family events anymore. Not by way of really anything you've done, but by way of people who know how to work situations in a way in which line people up to be left out. You're just left out. That's all there is to it. There's no other explanation for what's happening to you. And your partner doesn't do anything about it. So now you're starting to really get aggravated. The aggravation's wearing at you. It's troubling you. Hank, up, up, up. And the unresolved is eating away at you so badly, you're beginning to see this person in a light that you didn't want to shine on them. You're starting to notice that these people are determined to stay in their unresolved, to stay in their addictions, and to stay in the trouble that they cause. Of course, there's a background to a functioning life that seems to be good on the surface, but underneath it's just falling apart. No different to a cake that's being cooked with the wrong flour, and you go to have a bite of it and it falls apart in your fingers and the chef feels like a failure. And everyone else involved, there's crumbs and sultanas and passion fruit and ingredients everywhere. Nobody wins. You never get cooked another cake like that again. It caused too much trouble. It caused too much trouble for everyone, and so did the relationship. And so you say to yourself, here we go again. And things just don't go the way that you expected. The light starts to shine. Again, the light of the Lord, of course, He's trying to show you that there's a better way, a way in which you can live that will be exceedingly and abundantly above all that you could ask or think, but you refuse to face the things that need to be resolved. You refuse to face the things that need to be resolved. Look at this dog coming in for the hunt. He's hunting for the ball. There he goes, and away goes the ball, and there. That's how you sprint your dog. The light turns on and you realise you have to get out and get away and get your life back.